We're Byron and Jill, two hands-on people with big dreams. In 2024, we purchased 100 acres in southeast Queensland in an area called Mount Binga. We bought it on a total whim. Byron was nursing a damaged knee after a motocross accident and doing some heavy thinking. And Jill was dreaming of being closer to the mountains, the beach, her family, and riding some new mountain bike trails. We'd never heard of Mount Binga before, but the native trees, rolling hills and permanent dams seemed like the perfect place to build a new off-grid haven for us and our two boys. We're not new to building, but we are new to YouTube, so stay tuned as we get off-grid at Mount Binga. If you watched our last video, you remember Byron was down at Mount Binga recently on a solo mission, completing the all-important set-out for this stage, the concrete pour. Our concreting team from Emerald spent 3 days on site with Byron, his dad Steve and brother Tyson. These guys made everything very easy and stress-free.
You have a better plan than this yesterday or not?
Nah, same plan. Yeah, that's it.
I'll just go to test the rebate to 235 and I'll measure doors right after.
Yeah, I'll do that with you. Yep. And then I'm going to make that 235 as well. See how it's detailed different, but I don't agree with it. I want them doors in line. So if that's 235, that's 235. I want to make that 235.
I'm just going to modify the shed a bit.
The boxing goes in pretty fast. As the set-out was completed earlier, all the boys had to do was hammer in some pegs, drop the boxing into location, screw it up, and voila! Now it's time for some plastic. The plastic will stop any rising damp from occurring, meaning that moisture that might be underground in the soil profile will not be able to come up through the slab for as long as the plastic lasts. Just one of the many uses of plastics in society today. Now for the steel reinforcement, or Rio. The Rio mesh comes in large sheets, so it happens pretty quickly. The plans also detailed a single piece of Y12 Rio bar to go around the whole perimeter of the slab. The goal here is to get enough material into the ground, strengthened enough in the right places, so that whatever you end up building on it won't blow away or wash away under the worst weather conditions you might expect. It's an engineered thing. It's also quite a methodical process, as you'll see from the rest of this video. You might want to grab a cuppa, sit back and enjoy, because this stuff's mesmerising. The first truckload of concrete arrived right on time and the boys were ready and excited. The supply came from a local batching plant only 40 minutes away. This shed slab required 15.2 cubic metres, which worked out to be 2 full truckloads. As you can see, it's all hands on deck, with everyone having their role to play. Nifty's aiming the concrete chute. Chris is distributing the concrete evenly. Freddie is vibrating it. Tyson's putting in the chairs. Byron is standing around holding a shovel ready for any emergencies. Steve is behind the camera. And of course George is always part of the action and never getting in the way. Right on cue, the second concrete truck arrives. Sorry boys, no time for smoko today. And finally, it's time for the last pour section, the most nerve-wracking part of the whole process. Will there be enough? Of course there was. And with that, we're done. We cannot thank these boys enough. We're so grateful for their commitment in making the trip down, and so pumped, pun intended, to have a beautiful new level and crack-free slab to build our shed on. In the next episode, we'll show you a time lapse of the concrete drying process over the next 3 weeks. Just kidding, it's shed building time. Stay tuned.